Despite local and international agencies such as World Bank calling for caution over the ballooning debt to GDP ratio, currently at about 56%, analysts at Genghis Capital believe that Kenya is still way off the 74% debt threshold set by the IMF to raise the red flag.
The threshold that we have from IMF is 74% for a country like Kenya. Right now, as at 2018, the outlook is to be around 50% on the not higher side. Another indicator is the present value of the public debt over the revenue ratio. The threshold is 300%. Right now, we're talking about our outlook is 300%. So this, in addition to the public debt to GDP ratio, we're looking at some of the indicators which will show a bit of sustainability.
Though the central bank has predicted a narrowing of the current account deficit from 6.2% to 5.4%, due to, among others, low importation of SGR equipment, Genghis Capital believes that increased capital expenditure towards the realization of the Big Four agenda, as well as the high fuel prices, will increase the import bill, then widen the current account deficit to 7%. They are rooting for the repeal of the cap on interest rates to increase credit to the private sector.
Our recommendations would be, review on the interest caps. That is on the long, term maturities for corporates which want to borrow more than 5 years. Maybe with that, banks can be allowed to price in the risk that they foresee in the long term.
With delays witnessed in cash transfers from Treasury to county governments, Genghis is calling for counties to fast-track unlocking their own revenue sources, in addition to developing defined spending structures.
In some counties, actually, you find that the revenue collected from the audits actually surpasses what they put in the statement. So this bit of perhaps some of the revenues were actually spent at source, but it was not reflected in the overall statement. So I think that these things have been highlighted. So I think there'll be more of stringent measures by these two bodies, the Control of Budget and also the Auditor General, has also outlined some of the key issues. There are like 7 of them which have to be tackled by county governments, which we believe that going forward they'll be able to put in place.
Analysts at Genghis Capital are projecting an economic growth of between 5.25% and 5.75% this year, driven by rebound in agriculture, tourism, as well as public and private investments.